left-wing narrative rumbles before us. Will they admit they were wrong? Will they admit that they lied their ass off? Will they ever admit it? No. Reality doesn't matter. They will spin it again and again and again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pink Trip Show. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? I am now a year older as I approach death day by day. I'm almost aged out of the world, guys. I only have a few years left. I will no longer be saying how old I am, which tells you that I am an old fogey. And I will let people imagine and come up with their own numbers as to how old I am. I'm really old, guys. I'm really fucking old. And thank you for all the birthday wishes. I had a great birthday yesterday. It was amazing. It's the greatest birthday of my life. Actually, I'm just kidding. It was nice spending time with family, you know. But I'm back to destroy the bullshit. So I'm sure a lot of you saw the video that came out today of Mr. Alex pretty good attacking federal officers, kicking the back of their vehicle, breaking their back light.
CyberTwitch super chatted
and spitting on them.
$4.99. Have you seen the video
Oh,
of
yes,
Alex
I have.
pretty peacefully protesting that SUV tail light?
Yes, we have that. We will be lining that up from multiple angles. We will be laughing as the left calls him a peaceful this, and they try to paint him to be this peaceful guy, when it was always what we said it was. I didn't need the footage today to tell you already that this guy was a violent fucking wannabe insurrectionist, following federal officers around, attacking them, yada, yada, yada.
Underscore Yeffa dash 67
Oh, the
super
big 50.
chatted
Thank you,
$50. Happy 50th birthday, Ping.
Thank you, El Jefe.
You look great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I look great. Yeah, I do look actually, like for my age, I actually do look pretty good. I don't know how much longer it's going to last though. I'm at that point where like next year I could look like total shit. I mean, I'm hanging on, man. I don't know what it is. That I don't know if it's my genes, my lack of sunlight, all the preservatives in my food, but I see a lot of people my age, and I'm like, I'm fucking lucky I don't look like that right now. What's up, El Jefe? Thank you for the 50, bro. Thank you for the very generous birthday gift, brother. Thank you so much. He's the youngest ginger I've witnessed at 50. The more I talk about it, the older you guys are going to think I am. I'm actually like in my prime right now, but I'm in my prime to where it's like, how much longer? How much longer until I fucking start having, aches and pains and having trouble peeing and shit like that. Like that's my future, and it's not very far away. And I want to let you guys all know, you might think it's a long time away, but if you're a young, kiddo in your 20s and you're like, ooh, dude, enjoy it while it lasts, brother, because it's going to go really quick. It might be the pork chops as well, Thomas Parks. It might be the diet. I got to get serious with my diet. I've been fucking around and finding out with my diet. So I got to get back to the serious, meat-based diet before I put on too much weight, for fuck's sake. But yes, thank you again for the very generous 50, El Jefe. Thank you so much. Let's get to the footage. Let's just get right to it. This is just came out today from the BBC of all people. They released this, and this shows Alex Pretty, right? This shows Alex Pretty being pretty violent. And it kind of debunks it does debunk the whole narrative of he was just there filming. We're not allowed to film. He was just a peaceful protester. That shit relies on people to be uninformed. Okay. In this audience, you are not retards. You are not uninformed if you've been following this show ever since the beginning of the year. I mean, this shit's been going on for a long time. And then you got people, God bless them. You got the Andrew Schultz's out there like, oh, it's like, dude, just give it time. It's very annoying, these people who are low information, who are not following this shit, and then they have an opinion about it. It's like, oh, okay, so you have no idea what's going on. You saw a video of somebody getting killed, and with no context as to how this came to be, and then you got emotionally affected, and now you have an opinion on something you have no fucking clue about.
At
That's stupid.
Spocko2181 super chatted $19.99. Happy birthday. You really don't look 50.
Thank you,
No
brother.
HMO.
Thank you. I don't know, man. I guess I gotta bless. I gotta say thank you to my parents for giving me good genes. But yeah, I don't know how much longer it's gonna hold out, Spocko. I hope I can pull this off for another 10 years, bro. Because it's gonna be weird doing a show as an old fucking man that's all decrepit and gray. There's nothing wrong with being an old man that's decrepit and gray. I don't know. Maybe I'll do better. Maybe when I come across as an old guy, people will think I'm wiser or something. I don't know. People think I'm a stupid kid. People really think I'm a kid sometimes. Like, Pink Trip's a stupid kid. I'm like, you have no idea how fucking old I am, dude. Thank you, Spocko, for the generous 20, dude. Let's get to this peaceful nurse who's just protesting. That's all he's doing, guys. He just got murdered for protesting. Come on, X. There we go. Let's cooperate.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be
spits.
Alex Preddy interacting with
Now that spit, you don't realize it. We'll watch it from a different angle. He spit at a federal officer. He's acting a little bit like he's doing the Chihuahua tactic of like, as soon as they start backing down, you get real tough and aggressive.
federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol
the peaceful
shot and
kick
killed
of
him.
justice.
Our footage was
This peaceful nurse. First of all, he has a gun on him right here. Okay, you'll see that very clearly soon. He is assaulting. This is assault on a federal. I mean, you can't kick their car. This is a federal offense. This is a felony to assault a vehicle like this, whether you like it or not, leftists. And he's also doing it while armed. What a genius, dude. Now, I will say that DHS fucked up here. If they would have fucking done the right thing, which was to arrest this guy and hit him with the book and get him 8 years in fucking prison, which is the result of these types of actions. Look it up. This guy would still be alive. So in a way, it is sort of DHS's fault for not making sure justice is served on the spot and getting this guy off the streets immediately.
Analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97%.
And I have a feeling I've seen this video before this time, but I couldn't remember. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, I bet you, I think I seen this video before, because we've seen so many of these clips, dude, of these wannabe insurrectionists attacking ICE officers that, like, I think I saw this one already in the past.
Of accuracy. On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip.
So you can
that
see
federal
he has the
agents were
gun on his
blocking the
waist
street
while
at the
he's doing this. So while he's armed, he is violently confronting the United States government. Okay, did he deserve to die? I think that's a weird way to put it. Did he deserve to die? Does a guy who jumps off a fucking mountain thinking he can fly, does he deserve to die? Does somebody who takes an unbelievable amount of acid and then decides to, and then has the delusion that he can fly, and then he goes and jumps off the top of his apartment building and guess what? Doesn't fly. Did that person deserve to die? It's a weird way of framing this. First of all, it's this simple. If you're going to go to the lengths of being a violent fucking insurrectionist with a weapon, things could happen, dude. Did you deserve to die? I don't know. That's a tough question. Does anybody deserve to die? Maybe don't fucking act like a lunatic and get violent with the federal government over something so fucking stupid. Like, I don't want to enforce immigration law. So yeah, did he deserve to die? That's a dumb question. I'm not even going to answer it. Did he fuck around and find out? Yeah.
Corner of East 36 and Park Avenue in Minneapolis. We arrived around 10:15 a.m.
Oh, yeah, look at him. He's so peaceful. Look at this peaceful spit right here. This is the most peaceful spit I've ever seen in my entire life.
We saw observers shouting
That's how you know someone's peaceful, when they spit on you.
at the agents as they walked back to their vehicles. When they started driving away, the man
the
kicked
kick
their
of
taillights.
justice.
An
Take
agent
that, federal government.
then got out of the vehicle,
They should've-
grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
They should have arrested him right here, but some reason they felt it was too dangerous, I guess. So they let him go. Look, there you can see for a split second his gun. I think you'll get another shot of his
During
gun.
the altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd.
Pepper balls.
They continued to hold the man down before they retreat and he walks away.
See, they should have fully enacted an arrest and then charged him right then and there with assault on a federal officer. And I guess I'm pretty sure having a weapon on you when you assault a federal officer probably increases the level of crime there. I'm not sure. I'd probably have to look that up. But yeah, this is the guy. Again, the left, they do this every time. You saw it with the Black Lives Matter, violent fucking guy gets shot by there was one, was it Castile or whatever, that where the guy, it was a shooting that was totally fucked up, where the guy told the officer he had a gun, like notified him like, hey, I'm legally carrying, and then the officer shot him. Like, out of all of them, I think that was the only one that was actually like an unjust fucking killing. But all they did with BLM was do the same thing they're doing to ICE, but they did it with the regular police. They took video of police having to fucking respond, or they took stories out of context and framed the narrative and made it out like, oh, these are just peaceful people being murdered in the streets. They're doing the same fucking playbook, and idiots like Luis Gomez. I'm not going to say Jay, Luis Gomez, you're a fucking retard. Stop. If you're going to have an opinion on shit, at least understand what the fuck you're talking about. I'm sick of these idiots. It's like, yeah, you're a comedian, great. You can have political comments. I don't mind if you want to talk politics. Understand what the fuck you're talking about before you get involved, and then you wonder why everything's like getting fucking ratioed on X, Luis Gomez. It's because you're talking about shit you have no fucking clue about what you're talking about. And you guys want to defend the violent fucking mob of communists instead of your government and your government's ability to actually do its job, and then act like we're far right. Luis Gomez posted some shit where he's like, the far right's just as bad as the far left. Excuse me? So wanting to enforce border law is far right now? What are we fucking talking about? I like the moderate right. Well, the moderate right wants to enforce border law as well, Luis Gomez. You fucking moron. I like Luis Gomez, but it's like, dude, stop having opinions about shit when you don't have all the information of what's going on to actually have an informed opinion, and we'll all be happier, you know?
The man in our footage is wearing a similar outfit to what Preddy was wearing.
Yeah, he's wearing the same clothes. The first grift was like, this isn't him. Oh, it's fucking him. There's no doubt about it. He's wearing the same clothes. It's the same fucking guy. And then it's like, oh, well, this actually proves that it wasn't even ICE. DHS assassinated him because they were mad at him about this. Okay, dude. Okay, everything but acknowledge what's going on here. You guys are acting like insurrectionists. You want to attack the United States government, and then when you do, there's a possibility you might die, especially if you're doing it armed. Okay? If you're doing this unarmed, you'll probably survive. Okay? You might end up with a broken rib as you fight them, because they always fight when the arrest comes. But yeah, this is just it's always what it's been for the last couple months with this shit. It's another fuck around and find out moment.
On the day he was killed. What appears to be a gun.
So yeah, they let him go. Hopefully he shit himself. Hopefully that's what that is right there. They let him go, and they're like, they just de-escalated. ICE de-escalated this. The fuck, dude?
At Greg Wilson
They should have
492
arrested him
super chatted
right there.
$9.99. Happy birthday. Thanks for the reasonable centrist commentary.
Thank you, Greg Wilson. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, they don't want to take a side even when it's obvious which side is the right side, because they don't want to piss anybody off. So they try to walk the fence and be like, oh, the left sucks and the right sucks. It's like 6'7". I don't know if you guys realize how important the number 6'7" is. Okay. It's not just a meme. It's a very important number. Why is 6'7" an important number? 6'7" is the number of senators we would need to actually start impeaching these fucking corrupt activist judges. Did you know that? Did you know that to actually impeach these fucking pieces of shit activist judges, to the first level of impeachment in the House, I forget how many, but it's not as many. It's easy to impeach them in the House. But just like when you impeach a president, and then there goes to a trial, and the Senate has to decide in the trial. The Senate is essentially the jury. And if you have 67 senators sign off guilty, we can start impeaching these pieces of shit judges. And I'd love to see that, guys. I don't know if it'll ever happen. But if we got rid of their fucking bullshit illegals being added to the census, and we had an accurate accounting in this country, and we might be able to get to some point to where we have 67 Republican senators. And then guess what? We could actually start fixing this fucking communist revolution problem within our country. But people are too fucking stupid. They fall for the commies every time. And it's like, dude, you're falling for communist propaganda, dude. You think you're smart, but you're following for like baseline bullshit communist propaganda that you should have, maybe you could have fallen for it in 2020 for a little bit, but it's 2026. And if you're not seeing through it, then what are you fucking paying attention to? You're not seeing through this shit. Like at a certain point, it's your fault for refusing to actually inform yourself as to what's actually going on in this country.
Is also
Thank you for
visible above his
the
waistband.
super chat, brother. Thank you for the birthday wishes as well. They should have arrested him. This is what would have saved their life. I said this from the very beginning. They need to start fucking hammering these people. They need to arrest them. They need to hit them with the book because they need to put a stop to this, because if they don't, it's going to get really ugly. And, well, we've seen it get ugly. We're seeing people die now. So please start arresting these fucking insurrectionists in their cars who are, and again, people, they don't understand, like, they think ICE just showed up to these protesters. It's like, no, these guys are stalking ICE on the streets. And the second they block ICE in, or ICE stop to do an operation, then they fucking block them in with their cars and start mobbing them.
Hypnaudio Stream super chatted $4.99. Another lap around the sun. Happy birthday, Mark.
Thank you, Hypnaudio Stream. Yeah, another lap around the sun. It happens so quick, man. It happened. The years go by so fast now. They should have arrested him. He'd be alive. He'd be in jail right now, but he'd be alive. For his own good. I mean, get him off the
He
street.
continues to stand at the scene.
Yes, him right here. I hope he at least got some pussy before he died. You know? I mean, if you're going to do all this, I mean, I hope some deranged leftist at least gave him a little, you know, a little loving, you know?
On the day he was killed, the Department of Homeland Security claims Preddy, a 37-year-old ICU nurse, approached officers holding a handgun.
Oh, that's not true. That's probably what got some people in trouble, because that's definitely not true. You don't have to lie about this in order to like make them look bad. You just have to present the full picture, which is this is a violent mob stalking our law enforcement in the streets, harassing them, attacking their vehicles, hitting them with their vehicles, throwing rocks, throwing whatever they can at them. And when they went to initiate an arrest, you know, we saw what played out, and it was unfortunate, but it was all, again, just like with Renee Good. It's the fault of this lies on Preddy, and the fault of what happened to Renee Good lies on Renee Good. Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. It's pretty funny how their last names line up to pretty good. Weird.
That claim has been contradicted by analysis of bystander videos from multiple news investigations.
Yeah, point to the one little thing that they got wrong, which they did get wrong. He didn't approach them with a gun in his hand. And then ignore all of the things that the left lied about and just point out the one thing the right was wrong about. Good job.
Which concluded that Preddy was holding a phone, not a gun, when he was pinned to the street.
So yeah, I don't know why all of these people should be arrested. I mean, I get it. They don't have the numbers, but like at least Preddy, you had him. You should have fucking arrested him and he'd be alive. Justice, if you would have just gave justice in this
Shortly
situation,
after the
he'd be
altercation
alive.
we filmed here on January 13th, federal agents drove away.
I hate this, the news voice. They try to sound so calm and non-threatening.
Soon after that, we left the scene.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised they even released it, dude. I'm surprised they even released it. Here's another angle. This angle kind of makes it look even worse because you can see him spitting on the officer from this angle.
At Freeman3 super chatted $5. YouTube censoring super chats again.
Yeah, you know how it goes, Freeman. Thank you for the 5, brother. But yeah, it's you got to really trial and error as to what it's going to let through and not.
At Nephilim-Death-Squad super chatted $6.70. Happy birthday, Ping.
Thank you, Nephilim Death Squad. I very much appreciate the birthday wishes, brother. Thank you. So let's check it out from this angle. This angle is Honestly, you can see him spitting at the ICE officer.
Fuck you! Fuck out of here!
Here he is right here.
Fuck you! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Deranged, dude. This guy's so fucking deranged. Again, this is, ultimately the responsibility lies on Petty, but the blood's on Tim Waltz's hands. It's on all the people, because who knows? This guy might actually believe he's, so deranged. He believes he's actually fighting Nazis right now because of people like Tim Waltz, Barack Obama, all these fuckers who have made these people deranged on purpose for political power.
Every decision you made in your life is fucking wrong! Look at you! Pepper spray, bitch! Fucking assault me, motherfucker!
He says, fucking assault me. I do have a suspicion. I can't say it's 100% or not, but I do think this guy might have had a death wish, because he's behaving like somebody that has a death wish, right? Like, again, if you're jumping off of a cliff, for your extreme sports activity, it's like, some people say those people have a death wish, like you're gambling with your life.
Fuck you guys! Fucking blast!
See, let's see. Look at this. Let's watch this slow down. Does it get through the door? No, it looks like he closed the door just in time. That spit almost made it in, bro. I mean, that's assault right there. You can't spit on fucking people. That's assault. And then you definitely can't start kicking out the back fucking taillights of a federal vehicle as well. That's also assault as well. So right here, they had him down. Yes, he was resisting, and he was going to make it tough because none of these people will ever cooperate when it comes time to pay for what they did. But they should have taken the fucking whatever damages came with getting this guy arrested right here and there. Because there's a big reason why people continue to act like this is because they do it and they get away with it. There's no consequences. As soon as there are consequences, which, by the way, I think like 16 of these people got arrested today. I've seen videos of ICE in Minnesota now doing operations, and it's peaceful and quiet. Nobody's bothering them. And it looks like they finally might be fucking giving these guys the consequences they need to stay the fuck home. Yeah, they have him here. Here he is again, resisting arrest. Call it what you want. Leftists will be like, he's just being peaceful. He's being attacked. No, he just assaulted federal law enforcement. They're enacting arrest, and now he's resisting. He's lucky he didn't get shot here. Because, by the way, he also has a gun on him here. So, again, you keep doing this day after day. Every day you do it, it's like playing Russian roulette. So, yeah, you might survive today. Tomorrow you might not. Don't play stupid games. You won't win stupid prizes. So he gets away right there, and I think their decision making is like, this is too dangerous. We're surrounded by the mob. They're probably already throwing things at us. It's gonna be just like last time when we had to flee because all of our windows were getting broken, et cetera, et cetera. So they just said, I guess for their own safety, they're just gonna get out of there. But they should have arrested this guy. He would still be alive if they had did their job and ensured this guy faced justice for his crimes. So yeah, that's a different angle, just so you see. So let's keep pretending like he's just a peaceful protester trying to film. No, dude. Look, that works on low information people like Luis Gomez. Okay? It does not work on people like me and people like you and my audience who have been watching this play out now for, I keep saying 3 months. I don't know why I always default to saying 3 months. This has been going on since at least the summer, the spring. It's like it seems like it's all of 2025 this was going on. And we've been watching it. And the videos are out there of the mobs chasing ICE. I mean, it's all out there. It's all the evidence you need to see what's going on is out there. But I guess you're just living in a fucking bubble and not paying attention to the reality of what's going on. And that's great. That's right. You don't have to pay attention, but then stop having fucking opinions and acting like you have answers on shit when you have no fucking clue to what's going on, dude.
What they did was, and with Renee Good, what they did is they hit at the best of us doing activities that are at the core of what it means to be American.
I mean, come on, Waltz. Come on, Walt. I mean, we gotta watch that again.
What they did was, and with Renee Good, what they did is they hit at the best of us doing activities that are at the core of what it means to be American. What they did was...
This is what they do, bro. They lie, they gaslight, they manufacture false narratives around shit, and then people, just low information people fall for it. Especially when you add the emotional side of like a guy getting killed and like, oh, guy got killed in the streets. How could you be for just them murdering people in the streets? And then you got Tim Waltz saying shit like this, and it's like, oh, fucking shit. You people are just, I mean, the people that fall for it are stupid. I'm sorry. Look, I don't mean to be mean if you fall for this shit. Like, we all are capable of being stupid. Like, sometimes I call people retards. Guess what? I called myself a retard too. Like yesterday, I missed a turn when I was driving. I was like, fuck, Mark, you're fucking retarded. Don't take it so personal, okay? Just learn and be better. Learn and be better. Stop falling for the bullshit. Please. Here's another one. Alex Petty was the perfect guy. He's the guy you want to date your daughter. No, I would not want this fucking... I wouldn't even need to see that activity. I would just need to see his weird face. He has the face of somebody I would not trust for 2 seconds.
They chose to... they killed the wrong guy. Right? Because this is the...
No. They killed the right guy. That was the right guy. He was the guy that was obstructing ICE and fucking attacking them. So I'm sorry. Like, it wasn't like they accidentally killed some bystander. No, that was the guy. That was the guy who was fucking around. They were trying to arrest.
This is like the perfect guy. Alex Petty is the guy you would want to date your daughter. The guy you would want your son to grow up to be a decent human being who was serving humanity, serving sick veterans, who is, there is nothing that has been said about that man that isn't wonderful. And so...
nothing matters, dude. Nothing matters. You could just say anything and people buy it.
They can't malign him. They can't malign him because we have the videos.
Yeah, you're right. We do have the videos. Anna Navarra. Oh, yeah, we can't malign him. No, you're right. Here's this guy responding to this. This is Jeffrey Mead, right?
They chose to, they killed the wrong guy, right? Because this is like the perfect guy. Alex Petty is the guy you would want to date your daughter. The guy you would want your son to grow up to be a decent human being who was serving humanity, serving sick veterans, who is, there is nothing that has been said about that man that isn't wonderful. And so they can't malign him. They can't malign him because we have the videos.
You are so right. We do have the videos. Let's take a peek. Let's see who Alex Petty is.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Petty interacting with federal immigration agents.
I mean, yeah, that's why I want dating my daughter. Yeah, she's definitely not going to end up in a physically abusive relationship dating this fucking psychopath. Oh, I trust you with my daughter. And yeah, what was it you guys are saying? He was a nurse? Like, yeah, because he's a nurse. Because all nurses are good people. Nurses are some of the most fucked up people, by the way. And somebody said about his wife. I don't know. Look, I can't confirm this one because I'm not going to be an idiot like everybody else and talk about something I'm not 100% sure about. But I have heard that his wife left him over his TDS, his Trump derangement syndrome. Look, it sucks. You shouldn't leave your husband when they are diagnosed with a mental illness, even if it's TDS. You should stick by your husband and try to help them get help from their derangement syndrome. But TDS is a motherfucker, bro. It really is. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, dude.
11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him.
Yeah, that's the man I would want my future daughters to want to date. A type of man like that. That's the type of man I would want my future sons to be like when they grow up. Yeah, a violent leftist extremist. That's who Alex Petty was. And you got CNN over here slobbing all over him. Oh, he's a perfect person. He's so good. Oh, you should want your children to be like him. No, I'm good. I'm good. The man, again, as I said before, was a violent leftist extremist. Now let's see if they talk about this on CNN in the near future, and if they do, how they cover it. Do not let these people.
Oh, we've already seen how they're doing it, which is like, well, this is not the incident at play, so what happened here doesn't even matter. No, it does matter because you guys have ignored the context of what these people are doing. You try to paint them as these peaceful protesters that are just documenting on the sidewalk when we know that's not true. And this just proves what we've been saying, which is these people are fucking deranged. They're attacking the United States government, and you guys are backing them up and cheering them on as they get killed doing it. So who's responsible for it? It's not us. I'm not the one saying go out there and attack law enforcement and then acting like you're some brave hero and then like posting like, hey, if you want to help us resist, go to the, and then like drawing these people into these groups that do this shit. It's you. The blood is on your hands.
Will lie to you. He was not some amazing, awesome sweetheart that was just peacefully observing. This, when she was saying this whole time, I was just laughing in my head. He's the type of man you would want your daughter to date. He's the type of man you want your son to grow up and be like.
Yeah, I don't want my son to grow up and die. I want my son to be alive. I don't want to see my son murdered because he's LARPing as a fucking communist revolutionary. NBC News, everyone interacting with. New video shows Alex Preddy interacting with federal agents day before fatal shooting. Yeah, when I beat my wife, that's what I'm doing. I'm just interacting with her. When I take a backhand and go, shut up, bitch! Wow! I'm just interacting with my wife. What's the problem? What's the problem? Oh, boy. Yeah, I would expect a lot of this bullshit language. Just in, a terrified Waltz announces he's never seeking elected office again. I would not be surprised if these people are like Waltz are absolutely terrified of their voters, of like the cat that they let out of the bag. I bet you they are terrified. What's up, Freeman?
3 super chatted
Message
$20.
retracted. What the fuck?
Pretty actively thought he was somebody, an evolutionary. I don't blame him for that. I blame him for falling victim to emotional psychological manipulation. Keep it sharpshooter gang.
Yeah, I don't know why it message retracted it, but it still read it, so that's good. Thank you, Freeman. Yeah, I agree. Like some people are very fucking vulnerable to this shit, and it's unfortunate, you know. And in a sense, you're right. He is a victim to the mind virus of the left, of the media's gaslighting and propagandizing, and he is a victim, and that's why I say blood is on the hands of those who put him in this situation.
Super chatted $5.
Thank you for the 20, Freeman.
As much as I hate ads, I do appreciate that the last one did not completely interrupt stream.
I heard that's a new thing where they have like ads that don't interrupt the stream. And yeah, that is good. That is good because yeah, that is annoying to be in the middle of talking and then all of a sudden it's just cut off and then you miss a part of the show. So yeah, dude. Yeah, that's good. I hope they run more of those. But yeah, you are right in a way. I mean, we do have to be honest. A lot of these people are victims. They've been fucking you know, it's like a wife who's been abused and then like believes her husband's a good guy even though her husband's a piece of shit, and he's completely brainwashed her into thinking all this shit that's not even real. Like she's at home hiding because like he's convinced her there's a bunch of dangerous people in the street. I mean, you know what I mean? Like at a certain point they are victims, but they're still responsible for their actions.
At El McNasty 1 became a member.
El McNasty 1, thank you. Welcome to Team Pink, brother. You're the man. Links are in the description if you want to support the show, become a member, or follow me on my second channel, or hang out in the Discord with us. We have a lot of fun convos in there, and we get a lot of this breaking news that I cover on the show. You can see it as it breaks. We're talking about it in the Discord. Here's Waters. Thank you, brother.
We were told Alex Preddy was just a peaceful nurse at the wrong place at the wrong time, delivering first aid to an injured protester. Well, we just obtained new video, days before the shooting, of a man who appears to be Preddy being not so peaceful.
At MFN Damien super chatted $5, can confirm nurses are effed up people. I was M's for a decade, did some pretty depraved stuff to a lot of willing nurses. God bless M. Sad marriages.
Yeah, I have a lot of experience with nurses as well. And they're not all bad people like everybody else. Like there are good ones, but there are, I don't know if it's something about the job, you know, being difficult. I mean, like if you're working as an ICU nurse or, you know, something like that, like you could probably get some PTSD, and I don't know, trauma creates, you know, a lot of women become whores, I guess, because of the trauma. It's like they witness somebody dying and they just want to go out and fuck. I think nurses being whores is like the least of the problems. I don't mind. Nurses want to be whores. Look, we need whores in this society, you know, they're helpful. But yeah, they're also they all have been run through the university system and indoctrinated. So we can't forget that. There is a big difference between people that have gone through the woke indoctrination of the universities and people that stayed away from that. So, you know, there's a lot of pieces of that puzzle. But God bless the good nurses.
Super chatted $20. I meant, sharp, my phone decided it knew better, or is it YouTube?
Yeah, well, the sharpshooter part at the end, is that why did you retract it yourself, Raymond? I get it now. Probably your phone, dude. You probably spelled it wrong and it auto-corrected or something. Who knows? Or maybe they're trying to get you in trouble, Raymond. Yeah, who knows, dude? Could be a high-level conspiracy plot there to get you in trouble. I don't know, but thank you for another 20, Raymond. Thank you so much, brother.
The Preddy family attorney and family members confirmed to the Minnesota Star Tribune that the person in the video is Preddy. CNN reported that Preddy had a broken rib from an altercation with federal agents.
And I don't even think this is the one. They're saying this is the one he broke his rib. It does not look like he gets a broken rib here. Okay, maybe his adrenaline was too high to feel the pain, but broken ribs are fucking painful. Like, you're not going to be sitting there screaming with a broken rib. Because after this, he's still screaming at him after the confrontation. So I don't think he broke his rib here. I'm speculating, obviously. Or they just lied and made up that he got a broken rib, because that's what they do. That's what they do. You get into a confrontation with law enforcement, you resist arrest, and then you play the victim card as they only present the footage of them trying to arrest you. And you're like, they broke my rib. So maybe they were just lying about the broken rib. I don't know. But it does not appear in this situation he got a broken rib.
A week before his death, CNN claimed Preddy was just driving around minding his own business when he saw ICE agents chasing an immigrant family down the street. He went after them, jumped out of his car to help the family, then was tackled. Now, if this is the incident, it looks like CNN had bad sources. This video shows the individual with similar clothing and what looks.
So yeah, I don't think this is the one that he broke his rib on. So what that tells me is, and honestly, common sense would tell you, there's probably more instances of him doing this. This is probably not the first or the last time he did this. Well, clearly it's not the last time, but he's probably, at this point, he seems experienced and not scared. So he might have been doing this type of shit and just escalating every single time. So yeah, probably not the only. I mean, I'm sure over time we'll get more footage like this. Just a guess.
And appears to be a handgun in the same place that it was at the time of the shooting, kicking the taillight out of a federal vehicle in the middle of an apprehension operation, and then violently.
So they had him here. They should have arrested him, charged him with assault on a federal officer with a fucking weapon, armed assault on a federal officer. And I think they could have, if they would have hit him with the book, it could have, 8 years would be the longest term he could serve. And it would have at least been some time. And maybe he would have learned his lesson and he'd probably still be alive. Right? Enforcing the law saves lives, guys.
Resisting arrest. At one point, it even looks like he spits at the window of the ICE agent's vehicle. Homeland Security tells us the video's under investigation. For sure. This doesn't mean that his shooting a week later was justified. That's still under investigation. But it does paint a different picture of who Preddy was.
Look, my ruling on the shooting, it was unfortunate circumstance. The right decision would have been to not shoot him after you disarmed him, but it's chaos. You're in a situation where they might have already known this guy has gotten aggressive and violent with them, and they already knew he was armed. I'm sure they knew who they were dealing with if they had this encounter already. Maybe they didn't. It's possible they didn't, but I would say it'd be a safe assumption to assume that they knew about this guy and they knew he was armed. So was it a good shooting? No, I wouldn't say it was a good shooting. But who's the responsibility lie on? It doesn't lie on law enforcement, unfortunately, because if you put them in that situation where somebody has to make a split-second decision between your life and theirs, it's not going to turn out very well for you. So whether it's justified or not, at the end of the day, to me, it's not on ICE. Okay. I'm not going to blame somebody because I know if I'm in that situation, I easily could have made that mistake. All these people acting all like, oh, that's a clear mistake. If you're in this situation, you could have made that mistake. Okay. So should we say these guys are murderers because they made a mistake? Because they were put into a fucked up situation by this deranged fucking idiot? No, they're not murderers. It's an unfortunate set of circumstances. Just like somebody who jumps off their bridge or jumps off their fucking apartment building thinking they can fly because they took some fucking bad acid. It's an unfortunate set of circumstances, okay?
And the kind of violent attacks that ICE and Border Patrol have to deal with while they're arresting criminal aliens.
But yeah, let's ignore that part, though. Let's ignore the big picture, because that's unhelpful to the grift. Here we got another one.
Caring for people was at the core of who he was. He was incapable of causing harm. Alex carried patience, compassion, and calm as a steady light within him. Even at the very end, that light was there. I recognized his familiar stillness and signature calm composure.
This is, by the way, if you don't follow Maze on Twitter, he's great, dude. Maze is the one, everybody thinks I made this edit. You know the edit with AOC and Elon where they're kind of like staring at each other romantically and it feels a little bit like a Pink Trip edit. So everybody thinks I made that edit. No, that was this guy Maze. Go follow him. He does a lot of great work.
Caring for people was at the core of who he was. He was incapable of causing harm. Alex carried patience, compassion, and calm as a steady light within him. Even at the very end, that light was there. I recognized his familiar stillness and signature calm composure.
Dude, I want to watch it again. It's so good. Should we watch it one more time? It's so good.
For people was at the core of who he was. He was incapable of causing harm. Alex carried patience, compassion, and calm as a steady light within him. Even at the very end, that light was there. I recognized his familiar stillness and signature calm composure. Caring for people was at the core.
I can literally watch this on repeat and just keep laughing. It's so good, dude. Did you guys see this shit? Look, I'm not going to say this was staged. I don't know if it was staged. It very likely could be a real event. But my God, I've never seen something that looked more staged in my life than this. Okay, it looks staged. I can't help but look at it and go, something seems off here. It just doesn't. There's too many weird fucking things. And this is like the perfect thing to do right now to like rally the base against you. I mean, rally your base for you is to come out with this thing where you're now a victim. But let's watch. This happened to Ilhan Omar last night.
And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know. Oh my God, he sprayed something on her. I need a napkin to know nothing. We will continue. These fucking assholes are not going to get away with it.
So a lot of people really believe already that this was fake. Look, if I was to bet, to lay down some money and I could actually know the reality of what happened, I'd probably bet on it being fake too. But do I know? No, I don't know. And it could very well be real, just looks weird. And just because something looks weird. But let's go over the evidence of why I think it was fake, okay? First of all, the timing of this. We'll have other angles that will back up what I'm saying.
And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Okay, you see that little look? And then she looks down. The body language changes. She's constantly moving, looking around. She says impeachment, and she looks directly at the guy, which we'll confirm from the angle in case you don't believe me. She looks directly at the guy and then looks down. And then the guy gets up and she doesn't move. She continues looking down. Her body language completely changes from moving to all of a sudden looks at the guy right when she says impeachment, looks at the guy, looks down. And it's almost like she wanted to make sure she didn't see the guy. Because it's so weird. Like you would just look at the guy, look down, and then the guy stands up and comes at you, and then you never look back at him. Like It just, I don't know, man. My instincts, I'm going to go full Candace here. I'm going to go full Candace Owens here, but it just doesn't, it's just not believable to me, man, that this is real. But again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
So that look right there was directly at him. And then she looks down and her body language changes as almost like she's waiting for it to happen at this point. Let's watch the body language, okay?
And
Constant
DHS
movement.
Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Looks at him and then like she's waiting for it to happen. Okay. And then that to me is fake as fuck. If you know it's fake, right? And you want to be like, I guess it's like if I'm really trying to put on a show and I'm in her shoes, I'll be like, yeah, I want people to think I'm a badass that stands up to danger. So when it happens, I'm going to go at them like I'm going to attack them. You wouldn't do that in a real situation like this, okay? You wouldn't do that. You would be like looking for your security, trying to get to safety. But I want everybody to think I'm a badass. So that's ding number 2 to me. That makes this seem fake as fuck. Ding number 3 is the fact that somebody came up to you and sprayed an unknown substance on you, and you're not even worried about it. You're just going to continue on with the speech. You might have fucking anthrax on you. I mean, who the fuck knows what it was the guy sprayed you with? It could be acid. You need to go get cleaned up right away. But no, she's just like not even worried about it. Not even worried about it. And by the way, it came out, it was vinegar. She was sprayed with vinegar.
I don't know.
I don't know. It seems so fake to me. And it's right. It's the playbook. Like when all of your crimes are coming out and it's looking really bad for you, you need something like this to like get everybody behind you to defend you against evil Trump. Because now she's already came out and it's all about Trump. This is Trump's fault. This is all Trump's fault. So they're doing a lot of reporting on the guy that did it. There's claims that he follows MAGA accounts. And then I've seen some claims that he's dating a Democrat chick, and he has like trans kids. So I don't know what to make of it right now. The fog of war is in full effect with this guy. But we'll see as time plays out. I think we'll probably find out more about this guy. But yeah, breaking. Hazmat team confirms that apple cider vinegar was sprayed on Ilhan Omar. Here's another angle. Here we get to see a better angle of her looking directly at the guy. Almost seems like she's giving him a nod, like go time. Maybe even the code word might have been when I say impeachment, and she says impeachment and looks at him like that. It's just very strange.
Abolishment of the agency. ICE could not be reformed.
Okay, look, this is the guy right here, right on the front row, right there.
It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Right here. Boom. She looks right at him, then looks back down, and then that's when he goes. I don't know. It could be just a coincidence. It's possible. But it looks so fucking suspicious to me, dude.
Noem must resign or face impeachment.
And it's almost like it's almost like the Somalis' idea of like a white American, right? It's like, oh, let's get an ugly, disheveled, fat, drunk white guy. Cause that's their stereotype of white people in their head. I don't know. It's so hard to believe this. So yeah, and then she goes like she's gonna attack him, and then security finally grabs him.
I don't know.
I don't know what he sprayed, but I'm going to sit here and not even fucking go get cleaned up and just, if it's anthrax, I guess I just die. Here's another angle.
Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. Or face impeachment.
See, that look is right at him. Then she looks down like she's waiting for it to come. Because she needs to be sprayed. If she just sits there and I don't know. I guess it's better if she's looking down as she gets sprayed. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Again, this could be all legitimate. But fuck, does it look fake?
I don't know.
Looks like some like dinner playhouse theater type shit to me, dude. Yeah, I guess let's watch another angle.
And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
She's gonna charge him. That again, like all those points I talked about, like just the nod, the charging of the guy, and then the not even being worried about that you were just sprayed with an unknown substance and just continuing to just be like, I'm fine. It's like, oh, we can do this, garner support, and then make her look like a badass. Like she's not afraid of no man. Ilhan Omar was gonna fight him. She's not afraid of no man. I don't know, man. I just here's the guy was on camera too. Looking drunk as fuck.
Round of applause for Congresswoman Omar's staff who's here.
It's the guy, everybody says the guy from Men in Black. You know, the Vincent D'Onofrio character.
So hi everyone, I'm Hennepin.
Yeah.
And round of applause for Congress.
I wonder if the guy's even really drunk or he's just playing a character. I don't know. But again, it could be real. I mean, if this is real, this guy's a fucking idiot. This is fucking stupid. It does nothing. It actually hurts the side you claim to care about, so you're a fucking retard. But I don't know, guys. Let me do it. Let's do a poll. Maybe I'm out of place here. Let's do a poll. Do you guys think this is real? Let's go. Is this real? Yes or no? Real simple poll. What do you guys think? Because I don't know. I'm just gonna go with I think it's fake.
3 super chatted
I could be wrong.
$5. I heard this guy's wife divorced him. She was apparently a big Ilan and AOC supporter.
Was that his wife? Okay. Divorce. I don't have all the facts about that guy, and it's too early to really like trust anything coming out right now. So I'm gonna give it a few days. And I think just like with Pretty, we're gonna find out.
At Spocko2181 super chatted $4.99. It's the Magic Loogie episode of Seinfeld.
You talking about the me doing the slow motion of the loogie? I was just wondering, did the loogie make contact? Like, did it get through the door because you could see the door? It looks like the door actually closed just in time to stop the loogie. Thank God. Thank God. It's like the Zapruder film. So yeah, I don't know, guys. The vote. Let me know. Is this fake or not? Do you think? Okay, yes means it's. Did I put that right? Yes means it's been faked. Is this fake or not? Yes, no. Jesus Christ. Sometimes the wording of it makes it complicated. I got to come up with a better way to word it. Let me see. Did I word this right? I don't want to confuse everybody. Is this real? No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, no means it's not real. Yes is it's real. Okay. The no's are winning.
Impeachment.
Look at the timing. Looks at him, he gets up. It just looks like a fucking signal. And then if it was just that alone, it'd be suspicious. But then her behavior as if she knew it wasn't a dangerous substance. Her behavior as if she knew that the guy wasn't going to do anything else. So she wanted to look tough. All of that coming together makes me very, very suspicious. Makes me a very suspicious boy. And then here's Ilhan Omar, where now she can spin it that like Trump put her in danger because Trump's been rallying against her. And Trump's message was actually pretty good. Trump already came out and said, this is probably fake. I don't know if I saved that.
I wouldn't be where I am at today, having to pay for security.
Without marrying my brother and defrauding the United States government to come over to America and then stealing millions and millions of dollars from taxpayers.
Having the government to think about providing me security if Donald Trump wasn't in office and if he wasn't so obsessed with me. It is ironic that just last night he was on stage moments before I was attacked, talking about me. And then when asked about my attack, he said, I don't think about her. Does he not remember? Is he suffering from dementia? That I wouldn't be where I am at today.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Trump's truth about it. It was pretty great. To be honest, like, Trump's not falling for this bullshit. Basically, he talked more shit about Ilhan and then said, I wouldn't even be surprised if this was all fake. But I can't find it. I can't find it. There's too much shit about Trump and Ilhan that got buried in my feed. So yeah, I'm just, again, a lot of times in life you don't have 100% of the information to be able to say yes, it's this, and yes or no, it's that. But in this case, I like to do what would I bet on? What would I bet on? I'd bet everything. I'd lay all the chips on the table on this being fake as fucking shit. Here we go with Jeffrey Mead again. Let's see what he has to say. He keeps popping up in my algorithm.
Abolishment of the agency. ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
This is the dumbest thing to say too. He says she's not resigning, and then I can't really understand what he says after that. Like, yeah, that's what MAGA is going to do. We're going to get up and spray you because we're mad you talked bad about it. You realize most of MAGA, like, not that many people actually like Kristi Noem. Like, she's warming up on me a little bit because she's trying, like, she is the person in charge of fixing this shit, so I kind of have some sympathy for her. But when everybody, when that dog story came out of her killing her dog because she didn't want to train it to not, like, that shit, like, most people don't really give a fuck about Kristi Noem, to be honest. It just seems so fake, dude.
I don't know.
I wouldn't consider myself like a conspiracy theorist, but that's just a little hard for me to believe. The timing seems a little bit too perfect. On top of that, he sprayed whatever he sprayed on her and kind of stumbled goofily to the side until somebody tackled him. And what was funny to me is she went at him like she was really about to give this man the hands. That's what also makes me be like, that seems more staged, so she can look tough and like she's not backing down.
Me and this guy, man, we're on the same wavelength, bro. I like this guy.
Ooh, Ilhan's tough. I'm having a hard time believing this was real. I'm not saying it's not. Now, let me be clear. No politician should be attacked because they're speaking. So let's make that clear. But I'm having a hard time believing this was a very real interaction. Again, it could be. My feelings could be off.
I mean, we basically have the same take. I didn't even watch this video. I just bookmarked it. But yeah, we have the same fucking take. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people see it the same way. Sounds like Rogan's starting to come around, and I'm going to take credit for fixing Rogan. I'm going to take credit for it. I doubt he ever fucking heard me say anything, but I did kind of address some of the shit. He was like, oh, they're acting like the Gestapo. And now he seems like he took the time to actually understand what's going on. God bless you, Rogan. Talk to your boys like Dave Smith, fucking Luis Gomez. Talk to those guys. Maybe you can help inform them so they can understand what's going on.
You need to understand that this isn't organic, regardless of how you feel. I don't feel like that guy should have been shot, but I understand what happened. And what happened was chaos. So first of all, it wasn't ICE. People need to understand that. It was Customs Border Patrol people. So they were brought in to assist ICE. And they're telling this lady to stand away, and then this cop gets very aggressive and shoves her. You have to understand the situation that they're in, right? And this is not making an excuse for any of it. But you have to just to put it into context. These people are getting harassed outside of any hotel they're at. People blow horns. They try to smash into the hotel.
They dox them.
They dox them. That's why they're wearing masks.
Is it just me, or does Joe talk too much like AI? Like, Joe talks kind of like very monotone now. I listen to it. I'm almost like, is this AI? I know it's not AI, but Joe, you got to mix it up and add a little more up and down, a little more singy-songy. We all have to learn to start talking in a way that AI could never replicate. Okay? If you talk like that and real calm and quiet and like this, and I don't think it's like AI is we're not gonna know if you're AI or not, dude. Add a little fucking color, a little spice to the way you talk, bro. Well, we're not going to tell anymore what's AI and what's not. Am I wrong or what? Am I wrong?
It's a coordinated effort. I'm not saying that guy should have shoved that guy. I don't think he should have. Or that woman. I don't think he should have. And then pepper sprayed. And then the guy who got shot, Preddy, he steps in which is
and put his hands on an ICE officer.
If you know,
or not ICE, DHS, Border Patrol, whoever.
Know anything about
the federal government,
concealed carry. If you are a concealed carry holder and you are carrying not just a pistol but 2 full magazines as well, you do not ever physically engage with someone.
Really?
You also are supposed to carry your license on you, and you're supposed to have ID on you. All right,
and you're
really. Ooh, that's interesting. Don't assault federal law enforcement while armed. Wow. Great take, Joe. That's a good one. Look how peaceful it is now. Look, this is them today. After they rounded up 16 of these fucking Mad Maxers. Look how peaceful it is in Minnesota. Oh. That's the sound of progress being made right there. No honking horns, no whistles. Just fucking justice being served. Just them doing the job that we all fucking voted for them to do. Beautiful, man. The sound of silence never sounded so beautiful in my life, man. You know, because if you've been watching this has not been what's going on. They have not been able to do anything without 40 fucking car horns going off and 50 fucking deranged middle-aged fucking Renee Goods blowing whistles at them. Minnesota arrest. I'm on the ground. This is Pam Bondi. Pam, did she do something good for once? I'm on the ground in Minneapolis today. Federal agents have arrested 16 Minnesota riders for allegedly assaulting federal law enforcement. People who have been resisting and impeding our federal law enforcement agents. We expect more arrests to come. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Nothing will stop President Trump and the Department of Justice from enforcing the law. Look, better late than never. But this should have been done this summer, dude. During the summer, as soon as you saw fucking armed, I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are armed, insurgents stalking the federal government and attacking them in the streets, I don't know what took so long. I guess they were hoping the local police would handle it or something. I don't know. Yeah, here's some pictures. Let me guess. A lot of beta male he, she's, and deranged middle-aged white women. Yeah, well, here you go. A deranged middle-aged white man. Oh, another deranged middle. Maybe they're focusing on the men. Yep. There we go. She's actually kind of cute. You could save her, guys. Any guys want to try to save her? We got one that needs saving, guys. Okay, well, here we go. We got a badass thuggaroo. Yeah. So sad. So sad. Oh boy. How did your life come to this, buddy? How did it come to this? Yeah. Okay, usual suspects. Okay, yeah, we got a Rastafarian involved. Oh. I don't know, but I like that the female ICE officers turn around for the shots. But yeah, we don't want people seeing our face. Well, we've seen that booty. Now you're gonna get stalked. Now you're gonna get stalked by a bunch of horny dudes online. Oh yeah. Oh look, it's this one. Remember this one? So I think was it Spocko? You made the joke about banana and rice, and I didn't understand it because I hadn't seen the video yet. But this is the banana and rice lady. Yeah, it turns out her whole story of being kidnapped by ICE and blah 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 blah. Probably made up. I would assume, in my humble opinion, made up. And she got arrested for assault. I think it was assault. Okay, we got that one already. Banana and rice. This one was cute. Nicki Minaj. I think Trump might be leaving Melania for Nicki Minaj. You know what they say? Once you go black, you never go back. That Minaj booty is something else, man. I mean, that'd be crazy, right? Like if Trump's like, Melania, your movie came out, nobody's watching it. She seems like nobody cares about you. I need a cooler wife. We're not enough of a power couple. So he leaves Melania and marries Nicki Minaj. That'd be great. That'd be fun.
Hello.
Yeah, apparently she was here illegally. She was an illegal.
Well, I don't know what to say, but I will say that
I am.
Oh, look at Trump! Look at Trump checking out her booty. Uh oh. Don't. Oh no! Don't do it, dude. You're on. Oh no! Look, man. We can't help ourselves. Sometimes we do it unconsciously. It's just like, oh, booty. It's not like I'm going to look at her booty now. It's just like you don't even think about it. It's just like instinct takes over. Got to check out the booty. Trump might be leaving Melania, dude. Oh man, wouldn't that be crazy if Nicki Minaj becomes the first lady?
I am probably
yeah. Melania does not have that dump truck. MMAK. she don't. Look, she is. Look, Melania is a beautiful woman, but you know, she's getting up there in age, and billionaires, they tend to trade out once the vehicle gets a little old for a new one. You know what I'm saying?
President's #1 fan.
Don't do it again,
that's
Donald.
Not going to change.
One look's enough, Donald.
And the hate or what people have to say, it doesn't.
I think at this point he's tried so hard. He's like, do not look at her booty. Just keep looking straight. Look that way. Look that way. Do not look at her booty. No, don't do it.
Not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's going to motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, you know, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work. Okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen.
What a transition. Like, I don't know. Look, I'll be honest. I don't know shit about Nicki Minaj. I don't know anything. I literally know nothing about her except she's a rapper. Was she one of these, like, my pussy rappers? My pussy, my pussy, my pussy, and my tits. Was it like she, like, one of those rappers is just like, you know. Because what an odd transition if she was one of those rappers and, like, this is where she's at now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's see. Maybe that'll bring in more of the black vote. We gotta wake them up. Wake up these commies. Yeah, here's more shots. And look, this is great. This should have been done as soon as they started doing this. This should have been the response. It sucks that it took like all fucking year of it happening before it finally y'all decided to finally bring some justice. I don't know, but that's a good sign to me, man. It's a great sign. You're all going to jail, Becky. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure this is going to become a meme. Pretty sure that's going to become a meme format. Tucker Carlson reveals the offer of the Trump administration. Yeah, I've been wondering what happened with this, because it seemed like Trump backed down because Waltz might have sounded like he was willing to play ball with the government now with deportations. But Frey he's still coming out and being like, no, we're not going to work with, we refuse to work with the federal government when it comes to deporting illegal immigrants. But yeah, here's Tucker saying what really went down behind the scenes.
The Trump administration, for whatever mistakes it has made up to now, understands very well that this is peril for the country. And so the Trump administration has reached out to officials in Minnesota, the governor, the lieutenant governor, the chief of police, the mayor, Jacob Frey of Minneapolis, and made the following offer. They haven't done this publicly, but they have done this. There are 4 points to this. Here's what they are. Number one, state officials in Minnesota agree that ICE agents, federal agents on the scene, will have police protection when they call. Currently, if an ICE agent calls in Minneapolis and says, say, I'm surrounded by people trying to kill me, the local police will not respond. That happened the other night in a restaurant in Minneapolis. ICE agents stuck in the restaurant, couldn't get out, had to lock the doors. They were going to get killed if they went outside. Called the local police, no response at all. Why is that? Because the local police have been instructed by the mayor and the governor, and probably the lieutenant governor as well, do not respond.
Yeah, because that will ruin the little photo op we're trying to get of ICE having to fucking get handsy with what we will call protesters, even though they're not protesters. if police go and show up and stop that from happening, then the whole point of this is lost, and we don't get to grift off of a bunch of fake narratives.
So American citizens in Minneapolis, if they work for the federal government and carry a badge, if they are agents of Donald Trump, do not have police protection. Number one, you have to stop that. You have to respond to 911 calls from federal officers. Number two, you have to do your best to protect them when they're off duty. You just saw it in the video we played. ICE officers stuck in a hotel surrounded by a screaming mob. No one will come to the raid. You can't do that anymore. Number three, jails in Minnesota have to respond to federal requests for deportation. If you have a convicted murderer who's an illegal alien or a child molester who's an illegal alien, and there are a lot of them, you can look their names up on the internet.
Yeah, this is the part I don't think they're agreeing to do this.
Spocko2181 super chatted $4.99. Need more of that ice, redacted by YouTube.
I don't know, Spocko. Did you redact your own comment, or did YouTube actually redact it? I don't think that's the way YouTube redacts it. Need more of that ice presence? Oh, now I'm curious as to what was coming next, Spocko. How you doing, buddy?
And the feds ask, where is this guy? You can't just ignore them. You have to participate in federal law enforcement actions to that extent. You don't have to deport them yourself, but you have to tell us where they are. And in exchange,
well, they couldn't deport them because that's not under their jurisdiction. Because that's a big part of the grift, is the not understanding that deportation and the enactment of federal immigration laws falls under the executive branch, which is under the authority of the President of the United States, and not under the judicial branch, because the judicial branch deals with citizens, not illegal aliens who are in here illegally. Okay, but let's ignore that again. That fact is just, it's unhelpful.
For those three things, the federal government will substantially withdraw federal law enforcement from Minneapolis and from the state of Minnesota. And at that point, crowd control, keeping riots from spinning completely out of control and burning down, say, your city, will be the job of local law enforcement. So just to restate, these are the 4 points. Number one, you have to answer 911 calls from federal agents. Number two, you have to do your best to keep them from getting killed when they're off duty. Number three, the jails have to tell us where the rapists are. And number four, if you do that, we'll basically pull back and allow you to keep the situation from spinning out of control.
Well, yeah, that's always should be what the offer is. Stop enforcing your sanctuary city policies and do the basics that are required of you by law, which is to honor retainers when you have arrested somebody that has an illegal status and ICE wants them to be deported. Honor that. Police should be able to cooperate with ICE in the street. Like, imagine that, like an illegal immigrant can call the police and get the police come to help them, but ICE, federal law enforcement, can't. Weird double standard there.
On your own. And some federal law enforcement will remain to protect federal assets. The federal courthouse, for example, can't burn that down, and that's the job of the feds to protect it. That happened, and the response from officials in Minnesota was, no, we're not doing that. So at that point, you have to ask yourself, well, why? Why would a state refuse to protect American citizens from murder, refuse to give the names or whereabouts of murderers and child molesters, and refuse to use its own cops to keep riots under control? What could...
Because they need them to count for the census. Otherwise, they're going to lose so much representation. It's going to fuck up the Democrats for a long time. It's really what it's about. People say, somebody left a comment the other day. They were like, oh, you think illegals vote? Oh, you're such an idiot. It's like, okay, well, you're telling me no illegals vote? I'm pretty sure there are some illegals voting in some of these cities. But let's take that out of the equation. Okay, even if they don't vote, they get counted in the census, which is used for apportionment. And that's how you figure out how many senators, how many representatives you have. And if you were to take them out of the census, it would be a massive fucking problem for Democrats. That's why they're fighting for them. That's why they want to keep importing more people. And we have to stop that because that's them cheating. That's them cheating. They're fucking with the power of the balance of states in order to keep their political power, a la cheating. And it should not be fucking rewarded.
Possibly be the answer. Because they want riots. That's why. Because they want the chaos. And this proves to you, if you're following this at home and trying to make sense of it all, where did this come from? Why did I shoot these people? This is proof that what you're watching is not a series of protests about immigration. What you're watching are the beginnings of a color revolution, of a kind of insurrection against federal authority. And what you have to ask yourself, even if you disapprove of the Trump administration, even if you have, some commitment to keeping illegal aliens here, is do you want that? Can you live with that? Can you live in?
Well, I don't know. I feel so bad about the guy who got shot. So I guess so. I guess I'll agree with the commies and we'll live with that.
A country of 50
people that just don't see the big picture. You guys got to take the time to actually inform yourself so you understand the big picture of what's going on. Okay. All right. Because that's when you fall for the emotional manipulation, when you don't have enough information and you're kind of confused and you can't really arrive at a logical conclusion because you don't have the information to arrive at that logical conclusion. Those are the people who are the most susceptible to emotional manipulation. Because I can't arrive to a logical conclusion, but if you can emotionally pull my heartstrings, you'll get me on your side. Whereas if I've logically taken the time to understand everything that's going on and can logically deduce what's going on in the correct path forward, I'm less likely to fall for the bullshit emotional manipulation.
States that don't agree on what the federal law should be and that allow Americans to get murdered in their cities because they have the wrong politics or they work for a politician they disapprove of.
Well, I'm pretty sure we kind of knew that was the ask, but we know that they're not going to give it.
2181 super chatted $4.99.
Business as usual.
Democrats wanted their property to be counted for the census too.
Yeah, the slaves. Makes sense. I mean, dude, this is honestly old school democratic tactics. Like, people forget about what the KKK actually was. It was basically a militant wing of the Democratic Party going out to stop blacks, basically, from forming any sort of voting bloc within the Republican Party that would affect their ability to maintain power. And the using race, grifting off race and racial division to gain political power is nothing new. Nothing new for Democrats. It's like the same playbook. Here's old Nicky Boy talking about it. I guess he shaved the beard. Did he shave the beard? Nick Fuentes points out, I don't mind the mustache look. It's not too bad. Nick Fuentes points out details by Alex Preddy that most people are ignoring. Thank you, Spocko, for the $4.99.
Now you have another one. Even his own parents have said. Alex Preddy, his parents said, in contrary to all the media says he's a nurse and everyone loved him and he was a great guy. You know what his own parents said? They said he's been acting really weird lately. He hasn't gone to work in months. He's fallen in with the wrong crowd. His behavior is really strange.
Yeah, that's what his parents were saying.
That's who this guy is. He is there blowing his whistle, interfering with Border Patrol, with a loaded gun in his waistband, with multiple magazines in his car. Why would you need multiple magazines in your car? What are you really there to do?
Civil War, bro. Just in case. Yeah, people say, well, that's not, that doesn't mean anything. Well, yeah, it kind of does. Because if you're going to be in a normal self-defense situation and you're just carrying for self-defense, you don't need like 10 mags. It's your right. You want to have 10 mags, whatever. But it does kind of play a role into like, what is the guy's motive, right? Because you don't need... How many rounds are you going to need for self-defense? What are you going to get into a shootout with like 100 people? Like, what are we doing?
They want to portray this like this is Malala Yousafzai. Like this is Gandhi. Like this guy was being a conscientious objector, right? Like this was civil disobedience. He was sitting cross-legged in the street with his hands up blowing a whistle. He had additional magazines in his car and brought a loaded gun. Why do you need additional magazines if you're a peaceful protester? And it is, by the way, it is shocking how naive people are being about this. The 2A crowd, conservatives, libertarians, fuck you.
Dude, that's why they use the emotional manipulation bullshit. Because it gets all the normies And then the people who should know better are afraid of like actually just being 100% truthful, because then they'll piss off the normies in their audience. So it's like their number one tactic at this point. Just appeal to emotions and throw like truth, everything out the window, just appeal to emotion.
This is like George Floyd, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin levels of delusion. It's like Trayvon Martin punching George Zimmerman in the face, gets his head blown off, and people go, he was a kid. He was a child. He had his Arizona iced tea and his Skittles. Remember that one? Then it was Mike Brown, the gentle giant. Remember the gentle giant who was 6'5", 250 pounds, tried to pull a gun off of a cop's holster? And everybody was looting convenience stores in his memory? The gentle giant, hands up, don't shoot. George Floyd, it's George Floyd all over again. And what do they want to do? Now they want to put body cams on ICE. It's no different. This is exactly the same thing. And it's no different. You don't want to get mad, dumped in the face? Don't grab a cop's gun out of his holster. You don't want to get a knee on your neck? Don't rob a convenience store on fentanyl.
I wonder how many people have actually seen the whole George Floyd video. And because I think there's probably still a lot of people that don't even understand the full picture of what happened with George Floyd. It's just, oh, knee on neck.
You don't want to get shot in the face. Don't run over an ICE agent with your car. Don't show up to a protest. Physically confront ICE and get in an altercation with them with a loaded gun in your way.
See, he's kind of screwed up there, because we have to be real careful with the way, because the thing is, like, we sometimes accidentally push a leftist narrative without even realizing it. He did not show up to a protest, okay? He was stalking ICE in the streets, acting like a fucking insurgency. In this case, he was an armed insurgent, essentially, stalking ICE in the streets. He didn't just show up to a protest. This has nothing to do with protesting.
Waistband, shit happens. Sorry, you forfeited your life.
Yep. I think we got a term for that. I think it's called FAFO. He did a FAFO. What else we got here? Steve Bannon, wild. Even Steve Bannon's had enough. Let's hear from my dad. What's up, Dad?
The problem in Tehran is not our problem. The problem in Minneapolis is our problem. We need to deal with our problems. And still, you go around the world picking a fight in response to what Netanyahu wants to do. The Israel First Project can put on hold for a minute. Let Israel first deal with the Palestinian state that's been created by the Board of Peace in Gaza with Qatar and Turkey. Until we start going, even a concept of bombing Tehran right now is about as insane as you can possibly get when you're in.
Yeah, Trump's got to take a break. We really have to just check out from all this fucking international shit. Like, who fucking cares, dude? Our country is what needs attention right now. And unfortunately, you can't give attention to a million different things. And he's just too focused on shit outside of our country right now. It's like, we need your 100% fucking attention and focus on our country right now. Domestic issues. Please, Trump.
Open color revolution, revolt on an insurrection in Minneapolis. The problem in Tehran is not our problem.
Dad's cooking, bro. Dad is cooking right now. I should give him a call. Check. It's been too long since I talked to him. Got to see how he's doing. Joe Rogan calls out MSNBC for editing Alex Pretty's picture. Basically the opposite of what CNN did to me. CNN made me look green like I was dying, and they made him look handsome. Is that what woke up Joe? Is Joe when Joe saw that they edited his picture to make him look like a good looking guy, as opposed to like making Joe look green and sickly? They're like, oh, okay. If they're doing that, then that means they must be lying and grifting again. If they're employing this technique.
Did you see what MSNBC did to his image?
Yeah, where they gussied
basically
it up.
Did the opposite of what CNN did to me. You know, CNN during the COVID times turned me green, and they made me ugly and look like I was dying, and they made him handsome.
Yeah.
So people would be more sympathetic to him getting shot, which is kind of wild. Like, are ugly people less valuable to MSNBC?
Less marketable?
Remember the guy who shot that healthcare CEO I forget his name. Sorry, I'm old. My memory slips. He became like a heartthrob of the left. Like everybody was like, the women were falling in love with him. I think they wanted the same sort of thing with Preddy. He was just too ugly for it to work. He had like a face of only a mother could love, and so they had to pretty it up so they could really try to sell this image and like get the left to fall in love with them the way they did with the assassin who shot that healthcare CEO. What's the guy's name? Luigi Mangione, right? Luigi. Thank you guys.
That is crazy to me. Like, look at the difference.
Yeah.
Look at the difference. They
look at him over here. Oh, he's got like a head that's 10 times too big for his body. He's probably a vegan soy boy. This is a good sign that you're a vegan soy boy that's not getting enough nutrition, is when your body is like this tiny compared to your head. Then they're like, okay, this is not going to work. We need to make him a heartthrob. So shorten his weird face, give him better head to body proportionment, make him look a little thicker too. Make him look like he's been going to the gym a bit. And clean up the color, give him a little more color in his face, make his teeth pop a little more, shrink his ears. The ears are too big and stupid. Shrink his ears. Oh man, this is so fucking pathetic. It's so pathetic, dude.
shortened up his face. They gave him a little bit of a tan. They widened his face a little bit, it seems like. Yeah. They just made him a little handsomer.
Yeah,
a little hotter.
They gave him a bit of that Chad jaw, didn't they?
They shrunk his nose a little too, didn't they?
Yeah,
they did.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh, they for sure shrunk his nose, bro. I wonder if they put it in AI and were like, make him a little bit hotter, but not too hot. I don't know.
They shrunk his nose, gave him a little bit of a handsome jaw. So he looks like an
even
American.
made him, if you look at the shoulders,
even like the tilt of his eyes, they like his glasses are kind of going to the right, and then like, yeah. I mean, they're like, we need him to be fuckable, okay? If the left-wing women who are fucking retards, if they don't think he's fuckable, they're not going to care.
Even looks like they may have plumped up the shoulders there a bit.
A little bit, yeah. The one on the right looks like he's a little plumper.
Yeah. They definitely try to make him look like he's been hitting the gym.
Yeah. They changed the tone of the color. Wild. I mean, they changed his fucking teeth, man.
Communist News
Look,
Network.
they gave him veneers.
Yeah.
Look at the difference in his teeth. He's a much more handsome guy. Like that one on the right is like the handsome brother, and the one on the left is like, fuck.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I look like my
one on the right,
brother?
Yeah, the one on the right, they were twins, and he took more of the protein. Right. That was what happened. The thing is like this doesn't surprise me. By the way, this is
no, it doesn't. This is what they do. Like, there's no interest in actually informing people and giving people all the information so that they can be more informed and we can have a better citizenry. That's out the window, dude. It's like, how can we fucking mislead these people? They don't probably respect the American people anyway. They probably think we're all a bunch of retards, which, we kind of fucking are, unfortunately. And they're like, yeah, how can we get them to believe what we want what we want them to believe? And that's how we'll do the news. And that's where we're at. That's the world we live in. Andrew Wilson tells Joe Rogan that leftists appeal specifically to the mentally ill as a tactic to radicalize them. This is true. 100% true. And by the way, Andrew Wilson on Rogan.
I
gotta watch this
but
one.
It's been my experience that left-wing communities and left-wing groups, especially online communities and online groups, really pander to the mentally ill in a big way. Really pander to them. And I think that it's a form of weaponization. They want to attract the extremely mentally ill.
Guys, you're making me insecure talking about my tabs. Look, I know I got a lot of tabs. That's how I do. That's how I put on a show for you guys. It takes hours of fucking going through and putting shit together to talk about, and then having receipts for what I'm talking about. So yeah, I end up with a lot of tabs, but it's easy to navigate. That's why I put them in order. I spend time putting everything in the order I want them to be in, and then I just go to the next tab. The next tab, right? That's it. Don't be afraid of the tabs, boys.
Into these
Don't be
communities,
afraid.
and it helps with actually what is radicalization. And they play on the fact that they're mentally ill in order to do this.
Well, this is Antifa, right? Like this is why
it's not just Antifa. It goes beyond that.
Sure.
Like If you go to some of these TikTokers communities, you go to some of the online political pundits communities who are far left, okay, these people who are in there are Fruit Loops, man.
Yeah.
They are lunatics, and they're pandered to. They're pandered to. Oh, okay, you can't say this to them. That's ableist. You can't tell them this is you're a weirdo because that's mean. You can't. And not only are they pandered to, but I think that that's the source of the weapon. If it's the case that these people don't care about death, they don't care. Like, the outcome's going to be death. That guy who shot at the ICE agents not too long ago. Remember, he was on top of the roof. He was shooting across with, I think, a Mauser rifle, and they dusted him. They killed him, or he shot himself. I don't remember which.
When was this?
This was a few months back.
I don't know about this one, I don't think.
No, there was a guy.
It's just how callous I've become.
Yeah, he was taking shots at, I believe it was ICE agents in front of the ICE facility.
Oh, that.
At Freeman 3 super chatted $5. Enough about the tabs.
We'll never speak about the tabs again, Freeman. The tabs is taboo around here. Okay, we don't talk about the tabs. Quiet about the tabs. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're just tabs, guys.
That's right.
He was
I
using, I believe he was using
that.
like a Mauser rifle or something.
Yeah, okay, now I remember.
And early on with the Charlie Kirk thing, they were actually making these connections because he had used a Mauser as well, right, to shoot Charlie Kirk. That was so people were making those early connections. Wait, is this a sequence of events? Does the Mauser mean something here? Does that particular rifle have special meaning? You know how people are online.
Yeah.
But anyway, the interesting thing is, like, they don't care if they die. They're dying martyrs. They don't care. Right. And it's really easy to weaponize mentally ill people that way because they don't care. These are the same people who have the high suicide rates for a reason because they're already mentally ill, like the Troons and others, which many of them you find are connected to trans people almost every time.
Also SSRIs.
Yep.
This is the other problem, is that how many of these people are on these psychiatric medications that violent ideation is a part of the side effects.
Isn't it also like an inability to like factor in consequences as well? Isn't that part of it as well? It does feel like old school gang tactics where like gang members will recruit the most vulnerable kids because they know they're ripe. They got no family to look for them. They just want a family to belong to. And it's like, yeah, same thing. Take it, I'm looking for a bunch of idiots to do a bunch of idiot shit. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna fucking focus on the ones who are mentally ill and fucking lonely, sad, no family, and it's sad because you're picking on the most vulnerable in our society.
Of these,
this is why, again, it's not fun to say. It's not, they are victims in a way. A lot of these people on the internet who are just fucking completely deranged in this fantasy world, they are victims in a way.
These psychiatric drugs. There's a lot of people that have psychotic thoughts when they get on some of these different SSRIs and different psychiatric medications. So you've got people that are already fucked up mentally, and then you've got them on these medications that cause them to do all kinds of crazy things.
And aren't women taking much more in the way of SSRI pills than men are?
Yeah.
And who do we see on the bullhorns and loudspeakers at most of these events? It's women.
Well, particularly liberal women.
And it's so easy too to fall into that. Like, is there anybody in here who has not suffered some sort of depressive episode in their life? Or had some period of their life where they lost a job or they lost somebody they loved? Or just for whatever reason, life was difficult and it put you into a depressive state that you had to overcome through time. Because a lot of times it's what it is. It'll make you stronger if you can just overcome it. But a lot of people, it gets tough. I've been there. And they want relief. So they go to a doctor, like with everything else, the doctor's going to solve my problems. And their doctor's like, okay, well, we're going to give you these drugs that are going to completely alter your brain chemistry and completely shut off what makes you you. But you're going to feel better because you're going to stop having feelings. You're going to stop feeling things, and that's going to make everything better. And I know I'm not a doctor, so correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm sure there are cases of people. I've seen it. I've seen people that went from a situation that sucked. People like bipolar who they get medicated right and things get a lot better. But I think there's a lot of people who are just going through a depressive episode because life got tough, because life, kicked them in the balls, which life tends to do. And, now they have an even bigger problem. See, I'm really sussed out with the whole fucking psychiatric meds thing. It really susses me out, dude. 'Cause I was also watching a documentary how like the whole like chemical imbalance shit was all just a grift to get people to get on fucking psychiatric drugs. It's like I have a chemical imbalance. I don't know, man. Sure seems like a big grift there. Joe Rogan and Andrew Wilson on Candace Owens and her recent claims about Charlie Kirk.
Changed my mind.
Yeah.
What did Charlie say? Prove me wrong or something like that?
It was something akin to that. My understanding was that essentially TPUSA ripped that idea off from
it seems
Crowder.
like it.
Yeah. And then I think he feels a lot of like responsibility for what happened with Kirk, because
is he the Mossad?
What's that?
Is he the
Mossad? Yeah, exactly. That's so funny. I don't know. Let's get you got Candace's number. We can ask her.
Kansas is getting she's getting dragged on Twitter today because
bro, that would be a fantastic Rogan episode. I'd like to see Candace get back on Rogan. Last time Candace was on Rogan, they had kind of a confrontational episode. Rogan was a little more, of a hippie liberal at that time. But yeah, I'd like to see, maybe Erica Kirk could show up as well. We could have a JRE podcast with Erica Kirk and Candace Owens. That would be fun.
Because she's like, I've lived in Connecticut. I've never seen this much ice on trees, and it's 30 degrees out, and everybody's like, yeah, 30 is freezing.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Look, in her defense, I did see this, but her point was it was directly in sunlight. 30 degrees during the day, when you have sunlight hitting the snow, it will usually melt. Now, I don't know all the circumstances. Maybe there was a wind chill that was keeping it from getting to a level of melting. But yeah, 30 degrees in the sun in the afternoon, snow will melt. Ice will melt as well. If it's exposed to direct sunlight. So it's not that crazy. Not that crazy. But everybody tried to make her out like she's crazy. I'll defend when I think Candace is a fucking idiot, piece of shit. But when someone's, I defend what to me is true, right? And in this case, just because 30 is below 32, the temperature that water freezes, there's nuance there. 30 in direct sunlight, shit can melt.
Ice on trees. Do you see all the Miss Cleo memes?
Miss Cleo?
It's so funny.
Who's Miss Cleo?
You don't remember the Miss Cleo?
The psychic?
Yeah,
she's
the psychic. They keep on putting the Miss Cleo memes out for Candace because she's a psychic,
The ones I've been seeing with Candace is like compilations of her just not saying words correctly. They're so funny. Every time I get on X, there's like another clip of her completely butchering a word. It's like she does it so, and it's like really bad too. The word she butchers, like, and I butcher words now and then too. So who am I to say? And I butcher words that I know how to say correctly, but they just come out wrong sometimes. But with her, it seems like she does not know how to say them correctly.
Hilarious.
It is funny.
I think this lighter just shit the bed. Can I borrow that other one? Thank you. Yeah.
It's really funny.
Well, Candace has painted herself into a weird corner where everything has to be a wild conspiracy. Like, it has to be Bridget Macron's a man.
Oh, yeah.
Erica Kirk killed Charlie. It has to, like, one-up the last one,
Yeah. It's really funny he came to the same conclusion that I did. So it's like, I've seen those conspiracy channels come up before, and then they come up, and then they crash out. And the reason is because... Like, for her, I think she had the whole, like, she was involved with this, right? She was involved intricately with Kirk. She knew him.
Yeah.
And so that gave a lot of credibility to a lot of the things that she was saying. But then once you start moving back into, like, Mandela effect stuff and time travel and
time
travel, yeah, people are like,
Yeah, I had to find one. There's a Candace Owens trying to read is the accounts. And all this account does is just post Candace trying to read, I guess. And like her fucking words up.
So it was a philosophy class called Senior Sem, and he used to come in every day with a debacle, and he would ask us to just work through the philosophical question. I remember that whole debacle. This debacle with her.
Okay, so yeah, when you consistently say the word wrong, that means that you don't know how to properly say the word. It's not just a fucking a muddle mouth mispronouncing. See, I can't even say mispronunciation. It wasn't one of those. She doesn't know how to say the word.
Earrings. The Hamptons debacle came up. The Brett Kavanaugh hearings and debacle involved in this entire debacle. Okay, the FISA debacle. His recent non-vote on the FISA debacle, Kanye West debacle, Christ is King debacle, to Christ is King debacle. That's the Jeffrey Epstein debacle. And Jeffrey Epstein, this whole debacle could never had any sort of a debacle ever in my life. I think that these people are not humans, that they're sentinels that maybe look like humans. That
What a debacle. Anybody else feel the same way?
But clearly she knows how to say.
So it's a philosophy class called Senior Sam.
Maybe she's doing it on purpose, because I do that every now and then. I'll say words weird, just fucking around. I don't know, like I'll say women's or whammons or, you know. But I don't think she knows how to say it. Yeah, this is Candace Owens trying to read, which I better follow them. I think they deserve a follow. If you like that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. Here's some more Rogan talking to, what's this guy, Andrew Wilson, right? I do believe them that they think they're fighting against fascism. I do think they believe that 100%. I think there are some that do. The useful idiots at the bottom of the rung, they do. But you got to think about the people at top who are coordinating this shit. Those are the real culprits. Those are the real dangerous people. The useful idiots, like, you can deprogram them. But the people at the top, the actual revolutionaries who know the game that's being played, those are the dangerous ones.
Right. This is the quintessential description of the color revolution. I mean, they're trying to create chaos. And it's very well funded and very well organized. It's not as simple as this is an organic protest that people are fired up because ICE is in their community. That's not really what's going on
at all.
But I think there's a lot of good people that are wrapped up in that think they're doing a good thing, and they really do think they're fighting fascism because they exist in these bubbles, and they're.
I believe them.
Yeah,
I do believe them that they think.
Cyber Twitch says, I'm starting to forget the correct way to pronounce it now. Talking about debacle. That's what happens, like when you smoke weed and you keep saying a word over and over again. It starts to get weird. It starts to play like this, like your brain kind of gets a different weird association with the word. But yeah, just keep saying debacle, 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 debacle. Say that like 30 times, debacle, debacle, debacle. And yeah, you'll hopefully get it back.
That they're fighting against fascism. And
I've
debated with enough of these people on what historically fascism is in comparison to what they perceive it as, that I do think that they believe that 100%.
Right.
I just think it's an unjustified belief, and I think it's ridiculous. But
it's not accurate.
It's not accurate.
You know, one of the things that we went over the other day.
By the way, guys, smash the thumbs up. Help me get it going. I think we're lagging behind with the thumbs up today, but the show's a little smaller today. That's always what I get when I take a day off. I've seen a trend. Like, I don't think I can take days off if I want the show to grow. That's the trend I'm seeing. Like, I'll do 3-4 days in a row, and like I'll see the show growing every day, and then the second I take a day off and don't do a show or post content, I fall back. So I guess I'm gonna have to some point just be a 7 every fucking day show, and then also like post as much other shit, like other like videos that aren't live shit as possible. I need to up the amount of content I'm making, essentially.
Is we talked about the deportations, right? And that there's been somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 million deportations.
But yeah, smash the thumbs up. That was the point. Thanks, guys.
1.6 of them were like self-deportations. 1.6 of them were like people were notified and they said, well, just get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be in jail.
Yeah, good.
And then 500,000 of them were, but people are saying very few of them have been violent criminals. But we found out there was like 8%. This is just 8% of what we know has been caught. That is a lot of violent criminals. If you got 500,000 people and 8% of them are murderers and rapists, and they snuck in, not even snuck in, because they were allowed access to the United States over the last 4 years, somewhere to the tune of, let's be like super charitable. Let's say it's only 10 million, because I think it's a lot more. And they don't. A lot
more.
Yeah, they don't really know the number.
See, this is why Joe is good, okay? Because Joe might get things wrong occasionally, but then Joe will continue to dive into the subject. He's not lazy about that. A lot of people are lazy. They won't put in the time to actually like research and like gather all the information they need to really understand what's going on. Joe will do that. So even though Joe probably at first was just kind of like emotionally manipulated like everybody else, sounds like he's now taken the time to understand the big picture. And that's why Joe's great. And CyberTwitch says, I love the 2-hour shows, but maybe you could cut them shorter and do more often to appease the algo. That is something, CyberTwitch, that I've thought about as well. Because I see what does really well is like okay, say the Alex Pretty thing, right? Like if I would have, as soon as it happened, I would have just cut together a 10-minute video reacting to it, and it was a video on demand, not a live, it probably would have gotten a good amount of views for my channel. So I might start incorporating that kind of shit as well, you know, because if I'm talking current events, one of the things that kills interest is that 9 o'clock, everybody's already talked about it 100 fucking times. Like what I'm talking about now, there's probably been people are tired of hearing about it. This is all that they've heard about probably for the whole day since this news broke, right? But then like I want to cover it, and I'm like last to talk about it, so I can get the people who really love me talking about it are going to hear again somebody talk about it for the 10th time because they still want to hear me talk about it. But you understand what I'm saying? The demand at that point's already been kind of lessened because I'm late to the game. Essentially, you want to be like, boom, okay, news breaks, boom, here's the video, or here's me talking about it immediately. So that is a great point, and you might see that. You might see more spontaneous live streams where I just come on and just talk about one thing, and it may not be 2 hours, you know, just to talk about whatever's breaking and react to it. Or, you know, as well as video on demand, like non-lives doing the same thing. So great point, and that's something I've thought about, CWG. Thank you.
Because it's really the numbers that they're giving are based on interactions, right? But how many people snuck through and they didn't have an interaction with them? It's a lot, man. It's a lot of people, and they did this shit on purpose.
Coming around slowly but surely. Breaking. This one is great. Because if this comes to fruition and we can prove that they actually stole 2020, obviously the left's never going to believe it, but if you can prove it like in a court of law and show absolute undeniable evidence that they stole the 2020 election, that would be great.
FBI
and maybe people in this country would get serious about fixing the issues with elections in a lot of these cities and getting back to old-fashioned election security.
Agents are going through materials found today during a search of the Fulton County, Georgia election office. That search is said to be related to the 2020 election. Correspondent David Spunt has details tonight. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening. FBI agents are still on site at the records warehouse for the Fulton.
Well, Zurich says they proved it, then what? Nothing. That's possible, nothing. But also, like I said, it's possible if this becomes a big enough story that enough of the normies wake up to it. And if the normies realize, hey, 2020 was stolen, then maybe, you know, there'd be enough political pressure to actually pass some legislation to enforce voter IDs, to get rid of, the electronic voting machines and go back to paper ballots, and get rid of mail-in ballots, except for like our military that's overseas. So yeah, I mean, who knows? I'd rather still do something. I'd rather still fucking investigate and attempt things.
County, Georgia Board of Elections. The matter is sealed before a court, meaning details are limited, but we can report this is related to the 2020 presidential election. Sources tell Fox News that agents retrieved documents, phones, and computers after a judge signed a warrant. President Trump has long made Georgia, and specifically Fulton County, a target of his complaints relating to the 2020 election. Shortly after that election, Trump spoke to Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, Raffensperger and said he needed 11,780 votes to win the state. At the time, Raffensperger said he felt pressure from Trump and denied any widespread election fraud. He continues to deny it to this day. Now, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis brought state criminal charges against then former President Trump and others in 2023 for conspiracy to overturn the election. But her prosecution, Brett, was eventually derailed completely after it was revealed she had an intimate relationship with the top prosecutor on her team, and it could have tainted the case. Late last year, a judge dismissed the case in its entirety. Now, Brett, last month, the Justice Department sued Fulton County, Georgia, seeking access to 2020 voting records after state officials allegedly failed to respond to a subpoena. Fox News has learned the head of the FBI's Atlanta field office was recently forced out in recent days, but it's unclear, Brett, if this is all related.
Well, let's prove it one way or the other. Did they steal it? Did they not? I'd like it to be proven one way or the other. I think they're. I mean, to me, it's obvious. If you change the way elections are done, you got now all of a sudden you have unsolicited mail-in ballots to where a whole apartment complex could fucking vote without even doing anything. Somebody will come and fill it out for you and be like, here, I'll fill it out. It's a whole apartment complex where maybe 5% would have voted will now all vote blue, and it's like, okay. Obviously, that's a problem. Not just that they're voting blue. It's just like, it's not the way things have ever worked. And like Democrats have been against that in the past because it's just open to fraud, right? Somebody could actually vote and have no idea that they ever voted. They'd have no fucking clue. That's not democracy. That's just weird shit, dude. So it's just too much. Again, it's just too much weird shit that took place. Not to mention with the laws that were changed. Too much weird shit, you know? See, breaking FBI agents are still on site. Yeah, that's the one we just saw. Sorry. FBI has raided and seized hundreds of thousands of ballots from a Fulton County office, with the ballot skewing heavily for Biden. Which one's this? What's this?
Going inside of the election facility. Our photographer was able to go inside. He was let inside and be up and close. As you can see, this is interesting because one of the questions we did ask Larry was if agents were restricting his access or asking him to back up at all. And he said that so far they've been allowing reporters to get up close to the situation.
Outside if you want to take
Okay, so now agents are asking them to back up.
Actually,
this is the news? This is the news, just a play-by-play of what the cameraman's doing. Okay, the cameraman's now backing up. Okay, the cameraman's now moving forward, and oh, nope, now he's backing up again.
you know, I don't have a key, so there you go. Okay.
Okay, so agents are asking them to back up, saying our crew should not be in this area. So this is something we're going to continue to.
I don't know. I don't know what we'll hear. What will come of this, man? But yeah, let's investigate. Let's investigate. Just in, a terrified Waltz, and I think we played that one already. He's not going to seek election anymore. He's terrified. Poor guy. Poor guy. See if this one loads. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we already played that one. I fell for that one. I thought there would be something interesting there. It's the banana and rice lady. For those of you who missed it, I'll be honest. I didn't see it when it came out. It took me a few days to catch up and see this clip. But yeah, this is her. You know, with what a lot of people believe is basically just another made-up leftist bullshit
We're
story.
following these two men, and I was waiting for these two men to hold the door for me. And I told them, hey, can you hold the door for me? And I walked right in the middle. And when I was in the middle, ICE came. They came out of their cars. They asked me to see my ID. And while they were asking me to see the ID, they just decided it was nice to be racist and say really nasty things to me. And yeah, that man, he called me the N-word, and he called me that, and then he arrested me. They arrested me. It was multiple people. They used a lot of force to arrest me. I actually got
I don't know. Maybe she's not lying. That's possible. Yeah, I mean, do I have any Band-Aids? Band-Aids too, dude. Figure out how to open this fucking Band-Aid. Come on, Band-Aid. I just got assaulted by George Bush. So I need a Band-Aid. Oh no, this one's clear. Clear ones don't work as well. Guys, as I was leaving my house the other day, Kamala Harris tripped me and pushed me down the stairs. I was injured and she yelled that I was a white honky piece of shit racist Nazi. And then she spit on me. Okay. As you can see by the Band-Aid on my head, I was clearly assaulted by Kamala Harris. Get off. Alright, that bit's over.
Scab that was healing while I was in jail. But they pushed me hard. They used a lot of violence. My body still hurts. I got a concussion. It's really hard for me to speak because of that concussion. They were just using a lot of force to arrest me, and I was screaming. I was crying. I was so scared. I've never been arrested in my life. I don't have a criminal record. I have a clean record.
Well, not anymore.
It was just, and then that detainment, I was detained. I was literal cuffs were put on my legs, cuffs on my hands, and I was actually detained with a Native American woman. And God bless her heart, she went through a lot too. She was also detained by ICE, and she was also a U.S. citizen, and like me. And she had gashes on her face. They shattered her windows. She had blood on her jeans, her corduroy jeans, and she was crying because she was so scared because she was with her dog, she was so scared that her dog got hurt. She was so scared for her life. We were both crying together. We were holding each other tight. And I'll never forget, the fear that we both felt in our hearts that day. And, I'm so sorry if I'm getting a little emotional.
Take some time. It's okay. You've done enough. Okay.
Thank you.
They arrested her. She was one of the ones they arrested. Guys, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe. Kamala Harris attacked me with a baseball bat last night. It was the worst thing that ever happened in my entire life. I was scared I was gonna die. I literally sat there as Kamala Harris attacked me with a baseball bat, fearing for my life.
At CyberTwitch Super
That's why I have
chatted
these Band-Aids on my face.
$1.99. Thank you for bringing the Band-Aid back.
You're welcome. I should have committed harder to the bit. I gave up on it too soon. It's hard. I do that. I give up on the bits too soon. But we'll be starting a GoFundMe so we can combat the dangerous, violent Kamala Harris. She threw me down the stairs, tripped me with the baseball bat, threw me down the stairs, and then she beat me over and over again. And then she spit on me as she called me a honky. It was the hardest day of my life. And Joe Biden was there in the car laughing. Oh, another Nazi attacked. I almost died. I almost fucking died. God bless you guys. It's been a wonderful show. We'll see you on the next one. The next episode of the Pink Trip Show, where hopefully we'll have a bunch of amazing stuff happening, guys. We'll see what's happening tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what's happening tomorrow, but we'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody, for the support. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for the birthday wishes. A lot of super chats tonight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Links are in the description if you want to support the show. If you want to go support my GoFundMe for my hospital bills, because the hospital bills are through the roof, guys. My ribs are killing me right now. Okay. We'll see you. We'll see you. Links are in the description. Go follow. Go support. Go join the Discord. Smash the thumbs up. And we'll see you on the next episode. We'll see you back at the Pingdom tomorrow, guys. Much love. Have a wonderful night, okay?
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notification.